This day 871 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Like sponsor, come share more of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Please tell me directly. Very greatly appreciated. Today we're doing Siman Tov Kuf Samach Beis Kuf Ches Tov Kuf Samach Daled Aleph. Ben Meshachita say Yushami that few Achabos Sayim. If Shita Yushami is eating 8 on the same day, but Charkach Daito is on Shariom, and you had in mind to fast the rest of the day. You can go to tiny shows, so tiny shows. Can't go around my Perakaf, my Sham, Ram also is away. A very true love, we ask questions upon him, or he says, okay, from our Gemara, which does not seem to hold that way. The Rama Naki Tarbai Kashita says, Shita says, Yushami. Rama has both forms of tiny shows. One you fast already, one you did not fast already. And he was on the Datin and Rambam. It says the halacha is like the Rambam. The shas shematz shleichal kol hayom zeli yatfilas anenu. Our shas which is not the entire day. That's when we should be able to say anenu. Look at echem anenu yom tzom mutadi seinu. Otherwise, I can say anenu on the day of our fast. Since he didn't fast. I will come gamashas modeh to the mixture of tiny shows. Nevertheless, our shas also concedes that it's called a fast for hours, as we warned. But Chobashel says not to pass during his to eat during his hours. Elashenu was probably Nenu, but you don't say Nenu during that time. You show me hold that you can even say Nenu, perhaps, although the question is how you say Yom. Sometimes you say perhaps you can leave out the word Yom. And he said, puts on brackets, say Shami who perches in the Dorim. Shami is the 8th parak in the Dorim. Chof test, Zeshan Rambam. Shem don't need in your gimel. This is Rambam's language. Misano Dom shows a person fasts a certain amount of hours. Bushlo Yachal Klum Kol Shar Yom. It doesn't eat the rest of the day. Case at household, a ratio of Torah, you're distracted with all sorts of things during the beginning of the day. I raise them and you to accept the fast the rest of the day. I raise them and also Shabbos Paul and then we can fast those hours and say Nenu. Chenim Acha B'Shosa. It also be ate and drank. But Chakis listened so he started fasting. Shari on the rest of the day. I raise it tiny shows. It's also going to be a tiny shows. I call it Shano. Below CM sheet spell Nenu. The second time tiny shows doesn't say Daven Nenu. So the Chagam the answer. It could be Shari spell. Even Shari spell Nenu because that manner you don't need and you can't say Anenu. But really, the Zeshomer Shas Bushel Tam call Yom Kulukai Amaydam Armispal to the slightest. And he holds to that which Shas says that it has to be that you didn't eat the entire day. That's in order to say the feel of the tinus Anenu. He says brackets Kenya is Daiti Ball. So it seems quite clear to me. For Dad Yusha, Rashi Shavadim Kibble of me, but Yom Isal Samachar Achatzi Yom. Rashi, it's clear, emerges that if you recover fast half a day the following day, finally starts to build a Lila, and then you decide to change your mind and say, you know what, I need half a day, let me go straight till nightfall. Happy times come. That's going to be an absolute fast, low time show, it's not just a fast of hours. Also right. If you love times that Chatzia Yom, except times half a day. And you ate afterwards, or ate until half of the day, but keep love times Bisham Ba'el, instead of fast from there on in, and Nikar Tais not called nicely, Spalel Anenu, it's not called Tais terms of Anenu. About Nikar Tais, Leino should circle after the Nijo. It's called Tais that you have to fulfill your vow. Please said to me, two about Magi Mishnah Monomia Poiskim. I'm astounded after the turn of Magi Mishnah several Poskim, Shadokot Divi Rambam, who rejected the words of Rambam, Kosher Tosu, and they made a mistake, Shashomush Rambam, so Chazabah, and they heard the Rambam himself, reneged. Rabbi Taimon. This is astonishing. Rambam came over again. Rambam also says this. It's clear that he says exactly like the 200 Shulchan Aruch. First, the first scenario said he's saying not in the second scenario. So unclear what the problem with Rambam is. However, the Das Rosh Vatur ain't the tiny shows much Kasadu El Shalochal Akhatzir Yom. According to the Russian tour, it's not called the tiny shows at all, unless you fasted until half the day. The guy in tiny shows to Kabo Masmo. But also tiny shows they require you accept from the day before. So that you example from yesterday to fast until half the day. And then you can decide, okay, once I fast half the day, I'm not going to pray not until nighttime, I'll go all the way. So the day, the previous day to fast from the second half of the subsequent day. Then you decide also not get the first half of the day. The Zemikate time shows, that's called 10 shows. The Shimon says, it's interesting, where you fast a half a day, you able to fast half a day, and then you fast half a day and decide to finish it. it can be defined as a tinus, even if you did not say I'm not eating the same tinus, but just not eating for some other reason. Okay. Our Rashi is out so tinus gomer. According to Rashi, this is going to be a true tinus. According to Russian Torah, anything where there's no Kabbalah from before the day began, they'll have a tinus cloudy on you. Same tinus turns of Nenu. Because the couple of them should go down and record the Gamki of Light Circle Spell Nenu. Logar Mitana tinus shows that's a Rosh Cain. Through ain't no Cain. For this, if a person was Makabel at night, that which Rosh should say Nenu, it's not true according to the Rosh and the Torah. My base. If the fast is levied on the community, you don't have to make an individual doesn't have to accept it the day before. Announces the tinus for him. It's accepted. Some people say the Haimil Beretz Yisrael where they had a leader. Because his zero was the word of law for all of Israel. Each one of them accepts upon himself as an individual. Where each accepts upon himself. Fairly the so says okay, leave this. They don't have to all accept it during mincha specifically. So everything accepted that's the time absolutely means even after nightfall of the times itself. Which says the dina, you have to be machmir and fast. Like the first opinion, which holds you don't need a Kabbalah, even if you didn't know about the past at the time, we're makab by yourself, since the tzibur did, that suffices. Yeah, and it also explains the tzibur shem kablim yachad tzibur accepts together. So even though they all accept it on their own as well, having a basic law, it's like the basic law decreeing it. Which because of Shemishma Siman Beis, you told by Ir Beiram, the leaders of the city in the city base Dina Gododam, like the great Sanhedrin. Koshkan al Tzibur calls you Yachad, certainly the old Tzibur's makab upon himself. The Raya is the evidence for this is from Mitanese Bahav, from the fast of after Yontef of Bahav, Shatzibur Machlis Chakras, Shatzibur announced them in Chakras, Shatzibur on the Amen. Tzibur answers Amen to Mishaberach on Shabbos. It's our Kabbalah Cheres. You don't need another acceptance. The bracket says here, Ubezem Mitzvot Kushir Satas, you've gone to Zayin. Mashkas Yochid Shekibah Benedli sounds, Chaim and Turley sounds. They wrote the individual accept as the net at the fast has families. The Raisa, Losam Elibo, Hator, he did not note in his holy heart, the Tanis Eino Nether, mean Torah, the Tanis is not a nether, so it has to be from a Chefza. So I'm out to do. Lamagil, Kasar Ben Gimel, the Rambam writes, the Rabbi. It's Yosef writes. Those that say there's Mishin not about my im loy lachem agaponi. Asian nights, if I don't go to some place, I'll do a fast. Since what his condition was something which is an optional activity, it's an asmachta. It's not a real net. It's a plain station times. It says if I don't do certain mitzvah, I'll make it do a fast. Or be said if God save me saves me from a travail or gives me success on my road, that's not a smachta. I mean, the kind of discrimination sign is explaining as we hold the smachta, a commitment which is not formalized by a transaction, and therefore we assume that you yourself assume it's never have come to payment. So that is it's not a little kind of. Actually, the smachta doesn't work. But he says if it's going to be so and so, then X, Y, Z. That's not smachta. It's not. He's lying the assumption it's not going to happen. Look up, I believe doesn't really conclude that he wants to do it. And then with bar mitzvah, but the mitzvah issue is barashim like a smachta. There's no such thing as smachta that it's not for real. The call to bar mitzvah, going to believe saying that bar mitzvah you've the cob in your heart completely. Mikamai who be Yaakov. It's completely pasuk by Yaakov. Elokim Madi Ushmani. If God's with me and preserves me, the Gomer said it was them vorim advarim, and this matter becomes clear. With this, we can clarify the words in the pasuk. Yatzliach darki. have a gankim bezek var mitzvah. There's also this aspect like Bar Mitzvah in the merit of his Shem being Matzliach his derech. He's Gomer Makne the Meiser to Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Come Yesh Lebaki is this is not clear. The need that Tanaya with Var was just okay. The condition was an optional thing. Come came with Esha with Tinus. But the second sitting there fast, even if they made a condition, having Bar Mitzvah. No, it's not Bar Mitzvah in Mechayim. It shouldn't ever be a smachta. Come up with stuck up here. That's they should ches love a smachta. I have a commitment to keep stuck up. Even could be if you're not verbalized, or those things verbalized is not considered to be a smachta on your job. So I come at this relay the ikar tinus no mikra dvar mitzvah. So you have to say that the primary tinus is not considered dvar mitzvah. Shematzina b'gamar yesh mishum shobeh the issue tinus to go chayte. So you find more people there's a shita or there's a kfar or that somebody who fasts is called a sinner. So therefore, yesh mish the chen kasser b'shem yesh mishleimer. Therefore, he wrote this only as an opinion, not the definitive one. Klamar fimish the sever called v'im avatayis mitztaka. According to those who hold that in all matters, tinies is kitztaka and any commitment works. According to the opinion. According to opinion that Tais is like so all matters, comes by Rishus like a smach, and even an optional activity that's not smach, and he's a valid, not he is required to fast. Okay, there's a brackets here, but not important for us now. Tough kuf sama down. Tough kuf sama gimel. Dimish mahayer here believe us somebody who concluded internally to fast. Because of being a says the says rights. Be sure believe somebody who considered his heart not during Mincha, he signs to fast the Machar next day. Have a Kabbalah. Time Kabbalah. Vladimir Miltzas people, he signs the Machar. It's no worse than his verbalizing that he's going to fast the next tomorrow. Tomorrow's Vladimir Kabbalah Smith Tinus. Which not Kabbalah Tinus came Shlo Kibul Kubashad Filas Mincha, so we're Makabal, why you die in Mincha. I don't know what he's telling us, says Arukh HaShulchan. We explained this before. Shkasam writes there, Amos and Makabal Tfilas of Mincha. Ways Makabal to the Tanais and Tfilas of Mincha. We don't see people, Elahir Belibo. If he didn't actually verbalize this, he just thought this, have a Kabbalah, it's a Kabbalah, Bushi Harakim, which has Tfilas Mincha, but only does it during Mincha. What he was saying different here. It's difficult to say that since the Torah writes about this over here, he has to write it too, even though it's redundant. So that they got Simon or not to jump to Simon, since even though he already wrote it, even though they wrote in order not to skip this. So he's not going to write this halach, even though it's already wrote. You want to have a sim Tav Kum Samach Gimel. That's the right something here. Okay, B'tzorchim. Base, V'chparcha Karnu. B'simen HaKoyim Sifu Tassim. Lo Shkibel Mi Bo Yom B'mincha. If he wasn't a Kabbalah Tanais the previous day B'mincha, Im Osir Lo Lechol. If he's allowed to eat, El Hashem, even though it's El Hashem Tanais Lo Slow, though it's not going to be effective as a Tanais. Or the Mutter Garmi is Lechol, so he's allowed to eat completely. But Mordechai Sober Kain. Okay, so it's allowed to eat completely. Shamasi Be'gav Chav. V'cham to Rambein Ramas Subukim Esapkalu. The Dasaram also is not sure. According to Ram holds it's also. Therefore I say the codes of a Kabbalah B'peh Shlo B'Shas Mincha. That's accepted verbally, not at time Mincha. I will hear a believer Shlo B'Shas Mincha, but he thought about it. Not true Mincha. Mutal Lechol. He afterwards according to all opinions. The Shemra says after he davens from the Achrayim Esmash the Kabbalah, we have a code as long as it's still daytime, whether he verbalized it or he thinks it. Shavuot says the Achronim were masking as Ukhei Lisanos B'din Neder at some point. Which is different. Arukh HaShulchan doesn't see those in the Neder either. The time I don't see B'Sham Lechol how you should Neder. Reasonality is because of a Neder. The Shitas Ram again, Neder v'Tainis in Yerechlu. Because Rama and Neder and Tais are the same thing. Moshe Kaim B'Sham. Can hard be Neder, Kaim will be there. So we should the tzarchot to be special of Dafka. But Neder, we say you have to express it verbally specifically. Even the shua just like and shua the ksira they was for a sign. You have to enunciate it. In case she does lav kumu, so therefore there's nothing over here. It's not binding here at all. Bracket says here, that's why Ran Shambu Laish, and Days Akoso with Zizkan, a Lama Susan Varm. Okay, whatever, enough important for us now. Mishra Bring determines that the name of the Ramah, the Yachi can't say Nenu Ivi, there wasn't Makaba at all. And certainly where they're Makablet, where it's not, even though it's not Shaz Zman Mincha, they post on Kabbalah Gemura. Okay. Tov Kuf Samadal. Din Lel Shinifnei Tainis. Night before Tainis. Now this was only supposed to do Aleph, but there's only two Simon, the whole Simon. So they will do Aleph and base. Aleph Dash Yesh Be'etzem HaTainis HaFresh Godel Ben Tainis Yochid L'Tainis Yimur. In the character of the Tainis, the big difference between Tainis of an individual and Tainis of a community. The Tainis Yochid ain't really Tainis Yoim. Tainis of an individual is only Tainis of a day. Let's say Klausim Bod Yom Yom Kippur, you have to stop eating and drinking the night before, like Yom Kippur. Tainis Sibur make a Sim Bod Yom Gadol. Tainis Sibur stopped in early, late preceding afternoon. Chazal lo echmir lein b'chol Tainis Sibur l'nogos. Chazal not machmir us in every normal, so to speak, normal Tainis Sibur to fast 24 hours. Ela Tisha B'av only Tisha B'av. Became Tainis Gesham it's also to fast rain. It's so Tainis Achor is the last fast in the sequence because I'm saying tough goodbye night. I will call Tainis Sitir with all the other public fast days. Lo echmir aleinu, but said they were machmir us with this. By them, rak with Tainis Yochid, the even status of Tainis Yochid. Okay, show them a couple Tainis serve a person and Tainis Lechem Arab Tainis Lem Yochid Lemachor. I am a Tainis individual tomorrow. Agam im Omar Stam. The Tainis, so even said just generically a Tainis. Ganki Kinu, that's our law, nevertheless. The Omar Reni, but Tainis Sibur Lemachor, Masi Wildian. This is all, but if he said he's going to be a Tainis Sibur the next day, then he has the Masi Wildian because there's no, the Tainis Sibur is really 24 hours by definition. Base Amr Chazab, the Tainis, I must say, Ochel, B'Shoisa, how are you going to eat and drink the night before when you're still not done with the car. The fast till dawn. It's true about individual fast and also the public fast besides Tisha B'Av. But I feel like also so I eliminated and I can still continue eating after that meal. He slept a permanent sleep, which we say normally is 1.5 an hour. Having like interruption, but also not allowed to eat anymore. Slept temporarily. You dozed off for a short amount of time. Go back and eat again. If you're in the feel you took a permanent sleep, go back to eating again. That's not so prevalent. She just said somebody was machmir, it's called a kaddish. Those are not allowed to drink either. He slept a permanent sleep. Drinking is always mutter. The person never gets distracted from drinking. Not but for eating, need a condition. He's got to stipulate before he benches, you still want to eat. For drinking, you don't need to have such a condition. Can I make that's the custom? But you're not going to normally drink after we slept. Those say the kindness. Also, as we're not allowed to taste anything, meaning when you wake up, it's not just a fast day, but they should immediately begin to fast. I'm starting to Reish Peiches.